everybody. It's the first time I've been called charming. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Tim. And welcome. And we've got a nice full house tonight. And what a fabulous venue we have here tonight. This is a landmark building we're in here tonight. It's the wonderful work of Walter Burley Griffin and Marion Marnie Griffin, and built from in the 1920s, 1921 to 24, I think. And this was described as a tour de force when it was completed, and I haven't been back here for a while. But what I have done, which is typical of what we do on Melbourne Open House, is I've been into the ceiling here, and I've actually walked around above this incredible fibrous plaster ceiling. And there's a huge concrete portal supporting these suspended shells, which are all being cast. And each one of these little niches has a Edison light in it that's screwed in, and it's got this myriad of timber walkways that lace this ceiling. And this is one of Melbourne's gems. And what we do at Melbourne Open House is trying to expose spaces like that's in the ceiling to Melburnians. So it's a wonderful thing to be here tonight. I haven't been here for ages, and I hope you're enjoying just being in the space. So, I'm delighted to welcome you to Melbourne Open House's second speaker series, Design City Built Melbourne. And I'm proud to continue to be the ambassador for such an important and popular event in Melbourne. And tonight we have a scintillating range of speakers to present to you. There's Dr. Andrew Dodd, Mr. Roger Wood, Fiona Dunnan, Claire Johnson, Mark Jarks and Mark Kelly, and I'll get to their full CVs as we go through. Last week, Melbourne Open House received an award from Victorian chapter of the Australian Institute of Architects, a special prize in acknowledgement of the success of this extraordinary community celebration of Melbourne's architectural heritage, and well deserved. This year the event has 100 locations for you to explore across the inner Melbourne, with old favourites joined by many amazing new spaces. From medical facilities, gardens in the sky, and Tim's explained some of those, residential housing, underground sites. You'll learn about the history of Melbourne's built form, and most importantly about the city itself. As Tim explained, this event is a worldwide phenomenon. And I had the great joy of meeting Victoria Thornton and Ken Allinson, who were out here last year. They have 700 sites in Great Britain, and they love this city, and they love to see this program expanding. And I understand Victoria just got an OBE, Tim? An OBE for her work in spreading the idea of engaging with cities, and it's now a worldwide phenomenon. We recognise that commitment to sustainability in this program and consideration of community is just as important as creativity and innovation. And Open House Melbourne provides a place for us all to experience smart, sustainable architecture, design and urban planning in action. And this event wouldn't be possible without its help from the fantastic volunteers, and there's 800 this year. Last year I think it was 500, and it just shows how Melburnians are really engaging with this. And I'd like Tim to again thank Dulux for joining us to be a national partner of this event. And this year it's spreading around Australia, and it's the first time this program's going to Perth, and this year will be the third time this program's going to occur in Brisbane. Now, I think I'd like to insert my favourite building, if someone could flick the switch, please. Oh, I do it. Okay, that'll help. This building's very special to me. It's designed by Kevin Knight, and I was fortunate enough to do the launch of this building, a special exhibition. It's the Brighton City Council Chambers, and designed by Kevin Knight in 1959. And it took 3 years to build, and there's an exhibition which is currently on at the Bayside Arts and Cultural Centre, and it's on until the 5th of August. And it shows all of Kevin Knight's original drawings, sketches. He's got a full PVC model or a plastic model of this building. And Kevin is there, and in fact Kevin's he's available to take a tour through this building and talk about it. And I'll just check the date on August the 4th, on Saturday, August the 4th. So if you're interested in seeing this building, go down to the Cultural and Arts Centre, and the whole history of why this building was put together is on show. This is a fantastic building. In fact, it's one of the reasons I moved to Brighton. This building is a building with great optimism. It's Despite what a lot of people think, it's not based on the Guggenheim and not based on Castel San Angelo in Rome. It's actually, it was designed at the same time as the Guggenheim. So Kevin's adamant and tells me that there was a sheer coincidence, and he takes great resentment to think he might have copied someone else in this composition. But what this building does is brings together modern building technology, materials that hadn't been done before. So it's the use of very thin reinforced concrete as the main structure, and it has a fishtail truss to hold up this fabulous roof. He actually cast the fiberglass teardrop skylights in the roof, from which you can see in the top of the structure. So this building brought together the idea of open plan. So all the lower levels are an open plan, and he gave the council officers actually a north-facing deck, which is probably more than they deserved. You can see at the first floor level there. But this forms the heart of the city, and I think this building's been not well recognised. And it's wonderful that I can present it tonight, and also encourage you to go down and share on the whole history and the way this building was made and put together. When I was there at the opening, I met an old friend of mine, Trevor Mean, who has done a lot of photographic work for, I'm sure, a lot of people in this room. And in fact, his partner, Sue Knight, is her father, who actually designed the building. So there's a strong sort of lineage about the way this building is run. Kevin was actually an employee and became a partner of Oakley and Parks, who are the company that's credited with the work. But the reality is that Kevin Knight was the designer and did all the drawings for it. He presented sketches, freehand pencil sketches, to the council one wintry evening in 1959, and they said, we want the working drawings, and the construction is to start in 3 months. And he worked round the clock for 3 months using a drafting board by himself, and he got this building up with the help of John Connell, the engineers, and engaged apprentice builders. For the grand sum of $160,000, or pounds as it was then, this building was built. So it's one of my favourites, and if you get a chance to go down and see this exhibition, which is currently on, please go and have a look. Now, I'd like to introduce to you the first of one of the many fantastic speakers we have, and this is a fellow who's just written a book called J.J. Clark, Architect of the Australian Renaissance. And I caught up with Andrew today, and this is a fantastic publication. It chronicles the work of J.J. Clark, who's not well recognised in the city. This particular architect was a boy genius, and Andrew will go into that. What I can say about this book is that it's totally engaging, because it's more than just about buildings. It tells a wonderful tale. Incidentally, that book's available for signing. Andrew reminds me out the front after you buy it on the way out. Now, Andrew's been a journalist for 20 years, radio, TV, print and online, including ABC TV and the radio. He's worked at The Age, Radio Netherlands. He currently writes on media issues for Crikey and freelances for several media outlets. Tonight he'll be discussing the old Treasury building, and I'd like to introduce to you Andrew Dodd.